So day 24, kind of a continuation from yesterday. You know, my son hasn't felt like talking because of what happened with his friend, which I understand. So today I texted her, you know, I said, hey, how's he holding up? You know, and she actually, you know, most of the time she's very short in her communication with me, you know, very short and, you know, saying as little as possible. This time she was pretty engaging. You know, she was like, well, he slept for a while, you know, and then he watched some TV with us when he woke up. And I just dropped him off at school, you know, and I think getting into a routine would be good, you know, back into a routine, you know, and everything. And I was like, okay. And then I wrote, I responded, okay, well, we can't wait to see you guys, you know, as in me and the girls seeing, you know, her. I always say you guys so that it includes her in that, you know, we can't wait to see her too. And she gave an interesting response, and I know I'm probably going to read way too much into it because of what I want. But she actually wrote, oh, are you guys planning a trip soon? Question mark. You know, now it can mean absolutely nothing. I get that, you know. You know, don't blow the comments up saying, oh, she just wanted to know. Yeah, I get that. But if you know, really, maybe I'll make a video on it, but if you really knew about our communication and everything over the last 10 years, that was a response I didn't expect. I kind of expected her to either say nothing, which is normally what she would do, or say something, you know, if it was just because he has something coming up, you know, in a couple weekends, you know, she would say like, oh, when are you planning for, because he's busy on this weekend, or, oh, just so you know, he's going to be busy on this weekend, you know. In my mind, it's like, you know, hoping that it was like she's kind of excited, you know, to see me again. I was like, oh, are you coming up soon? And then I wanted to kind of push it a little further, because normally she just, you know, when she wants to blow me off, she has no problem blowing me off. You know, she never has. You know, if I ask her to call me or, you know, ask her to talk on the phone, she'll usually just say, oh, I'm busy, or I'm doing this, or I'm not going to be able to, I'm driving. She'll just say something so that she doesn't have to. So this time I wrote, are you busy? Can I give you a call? Because, you know, it's just 100 times faster to speak it than text it. And she actually wrote, yeah, I'm free. I just got home. So I told her, give me a minute, because I was under a house. And I went out to the truck and called her, and, you know, she seems a little nervous talking to me. Like she doesn't know what to say. But, so I talked to her, I told her, you know, I don't want her to know about the whole transformation thing. So I was like, well, just so you know, the reason that the time between the first and second visit is so long is because, you know, I got to deal with this, and I got to deal with that, and I got to make sure money's right and everything. And then I just started going on in conversation to see if she would kind of break it off. You know, anything I could think of. I was like, you know, about working up there, you know, I was talking to this company, that company, and then I told her, you know, in the future, you know, not next visit, but, you know, 3, 4, 5 visits from now, you know, I'd like to take them somewhere, you know, really cool, like Mount Vernon or Disneyland or something. And I said, you know, of course that would require being out of the state overnight, you know, and there was no immediate objection. Now, she could have an immediate objection, she just didn't voice it. Normally she's pretty good about it. You know, there's no immediate objection. And then I threw in there, just to see if she would say anything, I threw in there, you know, I don't mind you coming. I just don't want, you know, there being somebody I don't know, meaning her current partner. Oh, I have something else about that too. And I said, I repeated, I was like, again, that's not something like in the next visit or two, you know, 4 or 5, 6 visits from now. And she was kind of like, yeah. She was like, yeah. You know. And then I started talking about, places that I told her I'm keeping track of the rent prices and, available homes and everything. And she was like, well, we may move a little further south because his commute is like 45 something minutes. But then she said this. Now, they've been there for a while, it's already the commute and everything. She said this, and, it could mean absolutely nothing. But I'm hoping it meant what I hope it means. She said, so, in the next year or so or whatever, we may move down there. And then she was sure to reassure me. She goes, it's not that much further. It's only like maybe 20 minutes south, because he doesn't work in this town. He works in the other town. And she goes, so we may be doing that. And then she says, it just depends on how it goes. Just depends on how it goes. How what goes? They knew where they were going to live. I imagine you'd be an idiot not to. I imagine he already knew where he was going to work before they moved. How what goes? I'm hoping what she meant is how her relationship goes. And if that is what she meant, because it's the only thing that makes sense. Everything else, that's something you would already have known, right? Before you moved out there. So and again, it could mean nothing. I get that. But a man can dream. So if she meant how the relationship goes, doesn't that tell you it's not going so well? Because if you have to see how it goes, you're waiting for it to be good, right? That's just common sense. That's like, we may, that's like when you say, well, I may, change jobs. I'm going to go to an interview and I'll see how it goes. That means you're not sure you want the job. It depends on the experience in that interview. So if she was talking about her relationship, depending on how it goes, what she said, I believe, that means it's not so great right now. And you have any idea how hard I worked out that night? Or after that? Whoa. Because I'm like, she seems kind of more warm. And I also said about Seattle, I was like, I know you don't like to drive in traffic. She hates traffic. And I said, I know you don't like to drive at night. And I go, I'd like to take, you guys to this strip by the seaport in Seattle. And I said, I know you don't like to deal with traffic, and I know you don't like driving at night. And I go, so, we can just meet, and then, you can hop in with us, because I always rent a minivan, and I'll drive. She didn't say no. She didn't say, well, I'd rather stay around here. She didn't say, I can drive myself. No objection. No excited, oh yeah, that's fine, but no objection. And I know you guys are probably tired of hearing it by now, but, like I said, I could be completely misconstruing any of those as a sign, but I just got so excited when I started thinking about that, because I just love her so much. I always have. But, I covered my bills this week, no extra, but, almost all my bills will be paid by the end of this week. So then I got the rest of the month. I can pretty much save every dime. So that's going to be exciting. I guess that's it for now. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.